I'm good at that, though. Randy, your boy's going to be on the blisters today. That's right. Clinch. Yeah. You want to go say hi? I'll come with you if you want. I would also. Let's go say hi. I'm only going if you guys are here. Doing a stupid podcast. Let's go. It's fun. I'll text him right now. Yeah. Sneakerhead. I have a too. Want it? I'll send it. Yeah. I'll text him. That may be the last two. What's more important? Sure. Yeah, I'm there.
What's up, Aaron? How you doing? All right, we'll get started with Aaron. If you have a question, just raise your hand. We'll get you the microphone. We'll start with Meredith in the first row on your right.
Aaron, this team has not been phased by much throughout the course of the season, but now you're facing elimination this postseason for the third time. Just how would you describe the determination in that room right now?
I mean, strong. Like, I trust in these guys and their, and their preparation and readiness and confidence that they're going to walk out there regardless of result. We're walking out there tonight expecting to win a game and expecting to be successful. And that's as far as our focus is, though, right now, is just keeping it small, go out there, win pitches, win innings, and hopefully force it to tomorrow.
Bieber only a handful of starts this season coming back from injury. How different does he look in coming back as opposed to the guy that they've seen in the past?
I think he looks similar to me. Obviously this is, when he's been healthy, been one of the best pitchers in the league. So it'll be a challenge, and he's pitched well enough to, where they have real options over there to be on this postseason roster and making a start. So it'll be a challenge. Feel like we're certainly capable of having a good night against them, and that's our expectation.
I think Andy has a question on the right.
In deciding on your lineup today, how much were you factoring in the starting pitcher versus in the splits there and matchups there versus the fact that what they have in the bullpen, a couple lefties out there, keep your righties on the bench rather?
Yeah, it does. I mean, but I'm putting out there what I think has the best chance to be successful against Bieber. So, I understand he's, in the short time at the back end of the season, he's been a reverse split. Throughout his career, he's been very neutral. Some years one way, some years the other. Feel like he's very similar to that. But the people they have in their pen, their lefties are very lefty specialist type guys. So having the threat of, especially a couple of our righties over there is a presence that I like to have, but it's more about, putting a lineup out there that I think has a chance to best be successful, against Shane today.
And obviously you had a choice at first base. What is Rice, considering there is a little bit of that reverse splits thing, what is he doing well, or what are you seeing that made you think that was the right choice?
I mean, he's just been, more than a dangerous hitter, especially here down the stretch, and kind of killed the ball all year against right-handed pitching. So, he's just a real threat in the middle of the order, while, Goldie has that presence looming over there where hopefully we can get him into a good matchup. And even better than that, hopefully I'm putting him in late because we have a lead and he's playing defense at first base. So, yeah.
Go to Bruce, the first row on your right.
Aaron, you said your players are determined. Do you have a gut feeling yourself on how this team will respond?
I think we'll respond well. This is, we've handled adverse situations, I feel like, well all year, navigated that. It's a group that's very close knit, very close together. They trust in one another, and that's important this time of year. You want to kind of be playing for that guy next to you and trust in them and making sure you're communicating well with one another, which they do. But it's all comes down to going out and playing well. And I feel like our guys are in the right frame of mind to go do that.
Go to Ron, then John.
After spending 8 months with this group, how would you say its personality is the same and different than last year's group?
Man, I thought last year's group came together well. You always go into spring training. Look, it's not everything, right? You can have years where there's some angst and everyone's not clicking or simpatico with each other, and that's okay too. I mean, you prefer the other way where guys are super close. I feel like this group has built a real bond with one another. I think I felt that way about last year's club too. These guys trust each other a lot. They lean on each other a lot. They communicate really well with one another, like especially in-game stuff that they share with one another, are constantly talking through no matter what's going on. They do a really good job of that. And you know what? Going into every season in spring training, it's always kind of my sappy dream that you want to be on a team where you want it for the guy next to you more than you want it for yourself. And I feel like this team has achieved that with what they've done together and how they've grown together as a team throughout the year. So hopefully that serves us well, in the game tonight.
Go to John right behind you.
After the clinch against Boston, a couple guys on your team said convincingly that they didn't even know that no team had ever lost the first game in that 3-game set and then come back to win it. With all the information that these guys are able to get, how much of a skill is it in a sense to not take information that might not be helpful in that moment or might get in your head?
Again, everyone handles it different. Some guys know everything that's going on around them, and and another one of my things that I challenge these guys on from day one in spring training is make sure you know what you can handle. And if that's something that's going to be a distraction for you or affect your ability to do your job well, and you have a small window in a career here, if outside noise is going to bother you, then turn it off. So I think everyone's got to make that decision for themselves. And I think everyone's a little bit different. So there's probably some guys that are oblivious to, things that are going on. Some guys know probably intimately what people are saying and all those things. So there's no one way to do it, but I try and at least challenge these guys to make the right decision so that they can be the best they possibly can be.
No questions for Aaron? We'll go to Ian in the fourth row on your right.
You obviously want your players solely focused on winning tonight, but when the reality is there's a necessity to win 3 straight games against a very good opponent, are you in effect coaching against human nature? And if so, is that a difficult thing to do?
What the good thing is here down the stretch is, we've really latched on to this win today. And, we almost scratched our way back to win a division. And it was kind of that mindset and that mantra. The final month, 6 weeks is what happened yesterday. We talk about it in our advance and hitters meeting and things like that, or things that come up, but it's like, that's over with. We won another series, whatever. We didn't. It's like, let's go win today. That's as simple as our focus is. And that's as small as I want us to keep it, regardless of what happens. So these guys have done a really good job with that. And whatever happens tonight, I expect they'll go out and do the same.
Second row on your left, Aaron. Peter.
Aaron, I wanted to ask you about Cam Schlittler. Just the fact that you guys called him up in July and he had 3+ months just to kind of get acclimated. Just how valuable was that to him and to you guys?
Well, it's really valuable for us as a team because he pitched so well, and obviously, had a game, just a game for the ages, and to get us to this point. So, but yeah, I think also very valuable for him. His growth has been awesome the last 2 years. To see him kind of, rifle through our system and continue to get better and better. And I think when he got to the big leagues, I think he got better. I think he does a really good job of, he's obviously confident in his ability, and he walks out there with some pretty good equipment. But he's super matter of fact and expects to do well, but also is kind of accountable and over himself too. And wanting to, man, how can I pull something from that outing that needs to be a little bit better, or build on something that was really good in that outing. I feel like he's done a really good job of that. And it's a testament to him and his confidence, but also his expectation of, I need to keep improving. And he's done great.
On the right against the wall, Jeff.
Aaron, the splitter more or less disappeared in baseball for a decade recently, and now it's being thrown more than it ever has in the postseason. What do you think helped bring it back, and what does it do that's made it so effective?
I don't know. Roger Craig's smiling somewhere though, right? I don't know. Yeah, there are a number of guys. It does seem like, we have guys on our team that do it. Obviously, we saw a great one in game 2 with Savage and Gosman. It's been a staple of his now. I don't know. I'm not so entrenched in the pitching world to see how these things get, brought up again, or, I think with what we know about pitching and how they outfit guys, and, I think more than ever, that's where the big advantage pitching wise is with all these cameras and technology and stuff, you're really able to outfit guys with what they should be doing based on how their body moves. And so I guess that's probably lended some to this pitch. So I didn't even think about it, but it does seem like it's way back in our game.
Last question or two. All right, Aaron, thank you so much. Appreciate it. John Schneider will be in at approximately 5:30.